Okay, so we'll start with number system. The number system is a very important chapter. It has a large number of questions in CAT and other MB entrance exams and also in government job exams. Okay, so because it comprises of many concepts. So first of all, I mean you already know the basic number systems like natural numbers. Okay, so natural numbers it starts from one, right? Natural numbers it starts from one. So one, two, three, four, five, six, dot dot till infinity. Okay. Whole numbers. Okay. Whole number starts from zero. So zero, one, two, three, four, dot dot. Okay. Then comes integers. So integers it starts from minus infinity to plus infinity, but it doesn't include the decimal point numbers, right? Positive integers. Okay. So what are positive integers? Positive integers are those which start from one. Remember, positive integers means starting from one. It is also called I plus. Positive integers just starting from one. Non-negative integers starting from zero. Non-negative integers starting from zero, then going to infinity. Positive integers starting from one. Non-negative integers starting from zero. Negative integers means only from minus infinity to I mean till minus one. Now rational numbers. Okay, so all these things you already know. Now rational numbers. Tell me what do you mean by rational number?
So numbers which are in fraction format.
22 by 7. You're saying that numbers which are in fraction format they are rational numbers, right?
Mhm.
3.142. It is also a fraction only. I mean, if you remove point, it will become 3142 by 100. That means pi. So is pi a rational number or not?
Pi?
Yes.
No, sir.
Why?
So because rational number should be in fraction.
See, also 3.142, right? Or 3.14. So if I remove the point, 100 will come down. 314 by 100, right?
हाँ तो वो भी तो हो गया
Huh?
रैशनल नंबर, वो भी तो रैशनल नंबर हो गया क्योंकि अगर हम लोग डेसिमल में चेंज कर रहे हैं
Hmm.
फ्रैक्शन में.
Hmm. Pi is not a rational number. It's an irrational number. But 22 by 7 is rational number. Okay. So anything which is in fraction form is rational number, that is wrong. Okay. See. So for a number to qualify as a rational number, okay, first of all it should be P by Q form, where Q should not be equal to 0. Okay. It should be P by Q form where Q should not be equal to 0. Number 2, Q, P, P and Q are combination between Q. P and Q should belong to an integer. Both of them should be integers, right? P and Q both should be integers. That means P cannot be root 2, Q cannot be root 2, P cannot be root 3 by 2. No, those things are not allowed. P and Q should be integers. Now remember, these are all the conditions that a number should satisfy to become a rational number. So now first thing is that it should be of P by Q form, where Q should not be equal to 0, and P and Q both should be integers. Okay. Okay. P comma Q, both of them are integers. Now, uh, HCF of P and Q should be 1. That means what? There shouldn't be any uh, common factor between P and Q. That means if I say 6 by 4, no, it is not a rational number, but 3 by 2 is a rational number. Okay, the HCF of P and Q should be 1. Okay, HCF of P and Q should be 1. Now P by Q should be either P by Q should be either a terminating decimal. What does that mean? Terminating decimal means say 3 by 2. It terminates. If you divide 3 by 2, it's going to be 1.5. That's it. It's going to end. Right? P by Q should either be a terminating decimal or a non-terminating recurring decimal. P by Q should be either a terminating decimal or a non-terminating recurring decimal. Right? What does that mean, non-terminating recurring decimal? That means either this division should end at some point of time. At some point of time, I must get the remainder as 0, or it should go on, but it should be a recurring one. That means say 10 by 3. Okay, 10 by 3. So 10 by 3, you see, it doesn't end. 3.33333, but that 3 is repeating. So it's a non-terminating recurring decimal. So it qualifies to be a rational number. Did you understand? Okay. Did you understand? Iladri, Ishika, Shitama, Ritama. So I'm going to Ritama because it is being recorded. She will take that since I was not there, so I didn't take her name. Supratim.
हाँ सर.
Okay. So these are all the characteristics. So these features should be satisfied for a number to be rational number. Now, what is irrational number? Irrational number is that number which doesn't satisfy any one of these conditions. And for the last one, okay, P by Q should be a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. Okay, for a number to be irrational number, either any of these conditions must not satisfy, and also, okay, and also irrational number and also uh, yes, the number should be non non-terminating decimal. The number should be non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. Okay. Now real numbers. All numbers are real numbers. Okay. So examples of irrational numbers, let me tell you. Pi is an irrational number. Why? Because it goes on like 3.142 and it goes on. So doesn't terminate after decimal. All, I mean, non-repeating numbers keep on going. So let's say pi is an irrational number, but 22 by 7 is a rational number. Remember. Okay. 22 by 7 is again another form of pi only, but 22 by 7 is a rational number and pi is an irrational number. Remember this thing. Other examples of irrational number is root 2, root 3, root 5. What about root 4? Root 4 is rational. Okay? Root 4 is rational because it's 2. But root 6, root 7, these are irrational. If you calculate, you will see that it is a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. Nothing to explain about even numbers, odd numbers, prime numbers. What is a prime number, Ishika?
So prime numbers are numbers which are divisible by itself.
Which are divided by itself.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in that case, every number is prime number.
By itself, and it should not be divisible by any of the numbers like 3, 7, 11.
That's it. And 13, if it is divisible by 13, then it is
Yes,
fine.
sir. 13.
Prime number is anything which has only two factors, 1 and itself. Prime number is anything which has only two factors, 1 and itself. That's it. Composite numbers are what? Those numbers which are not prime numbers. Composite numbers are what? Those numbers which are not prime numbers. They are composite numbers. Composite numbers are those numbers which are not prime numbers. Okay. Now we will start some sums. Okay. Now see, these are some sums which you have done in junior classes also. I tell you to do this in class 8. Yeah, class 8. Okay. So the same sums we are going to do. Okay, but of course there are some bigger rules coming up. Try out this. And remember, number system very important. Actually, number system, this HCF and LCM part is also included. So I will do all that entire series of number system. Okay. Okay. Write down this question, please. Find the least number. It's very easy question. Very junior class question. Find the least number of 5 digits which is exactly divisible by 630. Find the least number of 5 digits which is exactly divisible by 630. We are going to slowly going to get into this type of sums. Okay. If this was greatest number of 5 digits, it could have been very easy. Okay. The least number of 5 digits is difficult. Anybody? Ishika?
Sir, 9840. हाँ 9480.
9480. How it is the least number of 5 digits?
सर ये
How it is the least? It is not the least. I'll tell you what you did. You did the maximum number of 5 digits, right? You chose the number as 5 nines, right? Nine nine nine
सर
nine nine, right?
हाँ
Huh? And then you
नहीं
divided it by
सर
630, and then you
नो
subtracted the
सर
remainder. That is the
नो सर नहीं
बोलो.
सर हम 10,000 को डिवाइड किए
हाँ.
632 से क्योंकि
और फिर.
इस नंबर में तो इस नंबर लेते हैं उसके
हाँ.
बाद मेरा रिमाइंडर 520 तो हम
हम्म.
उसको 10,000 से माइनस कर दिए
वो गलत प्रोसेस है. माइनस
हाँ
चीज तब होता है जब तुम मैक्सिमम निकाल रहे हो. यहाँ पर लीस्ट नंबर ऑफ 5 digits बोला है, ठीक है. देखो.
वन
अच्छा, तुम्हारा आंसर क्या है बोलो.
मेरा आंसर तो 112 मतलब जब आप बोले उसके
हाँ.
बाद हम 112 निकाले
हाँ.
नहीं ऐड होगा ना हाँ
नहीं, रिमाइंडर कभी ऐड नहीं कर सकते. रिमाइंडर क्या ना, रिमाइंडर इज अ वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट. यू कैन नेवर ऐड रिमाइंडर.
10015
ओके, मैं करता हूँ एक बार. पता नहीं बुक में शायद आंसर गलत दिया होगा, मैं करता हूँ. सो लीस्ट नंबर, सो व्हेनेवर इट इज अ लीस्ट नंबर, सो व्हाट इज द लीस्ट 5 digit नंबर?
10,000
1 2 3 4 5. Okay. Now if I divide it by 630, I'll get a remainder. If I subtract the remainder, I'll get into 4 digit. Okay. So what I have to do, I have to add it. I have to add
remainder
something to this 10,000 so that the next number is what is divisible by 632.
So 10376.
10, no, I'm calculating. I think the answer in the book is wrong. I'm calculating.
10520 हो सकता है क्योंकि वो तो 632 से ज्यादा भी है
देखते हैं. Okay. So I'm getting 520 as the remainder. So that means what?
কিন্তু 10,000 কে 520 তে অ্যাড করলে আসছে না
Okay. Good. So that means what? this 10,000 is not exactly divisible by 632, right? So what I'm going to do is, see, 520 is the waste product, right? Remainder is the waste product. I have to remove this waste product first. Okay, so remove this waste product first. What I'm getting?
9480.
I'm getting 9480. But when I
Yes.
remove this waste product, I succumb into 4-digit numbers. I have to move ahead, but there is one thing to note, that this 9480 is not divisible by 632 because I have removed the remainder. If you divide 9480 by 632 in calculator, you will see it is divisible. I need to find out what is the next number of 9480 that is divisible by 632. For that, what I need to do? Just add 632.
স্যার আনসারটা কি 10112?
Right. The answer is
স্যার
10011.
আরেকটা ভাবে করা যায়,
হ্যাঁ
520 থেকে 632 মাইনাস করলে যেটা থাকবে ওটা 10,000 অ্যাড করে দিলে হয়ে যাবে।
520 থেকে কি বললে?
32 যদি মাইনাস করি যেটা আসবে ওটা 10,000 অ্যাড করলে ওটা কমপ্লিটলি ডিভিজিবল হবে।
আচ্ছা, সেটাই তো হলো অ্যাকচুয়ালি। তুমি দেখো না,
হ্যাঁ
আমি ওই জিনিসটাকেই ভেঙে করলাম, মানে -520 প্লাস 632, তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঁ, তো আমি তো সেটাই করলাম, মাইনাস যদি কমন নিয়ে নিই তাহলে 632 মাইনাস 520। কিন্তু আমি এই লজিকটা বোঝাতে চাই, তা নাহলে এই কোনটা মাইনাস করবো কোনটা প্লাস করবো মনে থাকবে না ক্লাসের পর। ঠিক আছে, এই 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 যেটা করলাম এটাকে লজিক্যালি মনে রাখতে হবে। ওকে, you cannot memorize this. So this 520 is the waste product. Always remove the waste product. Okay, so first of all I removed the waste product. When I remove the waste product, I get a number which is completely divisible by 632, but that succumbs into the 4-digit number. What I need to find is a 5-digit number, right? So what I need to do, I need to add 632. Now why did I add 632? Because if you see, you see the table of any number, you see 15, 16, 17, 18, every number increases by that table value. So 15, 15 2 is a 32, 15 2 is a 30, 15 3 is a 45, 15 4 is a 60. So every number is increasing by 15 15 only. You see the table of 16, 16 1 is a 16, 16 2 is a 32, 16 3 is a 40. Every number is increasing by 16. So that means the table of 632 will also increase by 632. So that is when I subtract 520 from 10,000, I get 9480. I know that it is divisible by 632. I need to find out just the next number which is divisible by 632. So what I did, I added 632. When I added 632, I see that I got a 4-digit number, 5-digit number. So this is going to be the answer. Is this clear? Hello, Ishika, Nirajji.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now an easier version of this. So see, number system, try to understand the sums as logically as possible. Okay, don't memorize that if I subtract it from this and if I add this I'll get this. No, you will simply forget it and you will make a mess. Okay, so try to understand the intricacies of number system as logically as possible. Find the greatest number of 5 digits which is,
স্যার আগের
হ্যাঁ
সামটায় যে শুধু 520 লেস করলে
হ্যাঁ
ওটা ডিভিজিবল বা মানে 520 লেস বলছি, 520 যদি অ্যাড করি ওটা ডিভিজিবল 632 দিয়ে হবে না, কি করে বুঝবো?
কি কেন
মানে
হবে?
অপশন দেখলে আসবে না,
দেখো,
বাট
রিমাইন্ডার,
অপশনে যদি থাকে তাহলে কি করে বুঝবো?
শোনো, রিমাইন্ডার সবসময় সাবট্রাক্টেড হবে, রিমাইন্ডার কোনোদিনও অ্যাড হবে না। ঠিক আছে,
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে।
রিমাইন্ডার কথাটার মানেই হচ্ছে সেই ডিভাইজারটা ডিভিজিবল নয়, ওই জন্য ও একটা রিমাইন্ডার ছেড়ে দিচ্ছে, তোমার পেটে হজম হয়নি বলে
আচ্ছা,
তুমি সেটা এক্সপ্লিট আউট করে দিয়েছো। ঠিক আছে,
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
তো
ঠিক আছে।
ডিভিশন মানেই হচ্ছে
ওকে।
সেটা, এটা হজম হয়নি বলে বেরিয়ে গেছে। তো ফাইন, তো ওটাকে
না
তুমি অ্যাড করবে না।
এই ট্রিকটা ওই টায়রার বইতে আছে।
আচ্ছা, না রিমাইন্ডার কি কি আছে বললে? রিমাইন্ডার
হ্যাঁ
অ্যাড
স্যার।
করা, রিমাইন্ডার অ্যাড করা কি
না
বলে?
না না, এই যে কোশ্চেন থেকে
হুম।
আপনার সরি ডিভাইজার থেকে আপনার রিমাইন্ডারটা অ্যাড করে যেটা হয় ওটা আপনার ডিভিডেন্ডে প্লাস করে দেয়।
আচ্ছা, আমি তো এরকম অঙ্ক কখনো
এইটা তো
দেখিনি।
পায়রার বইতে আছে।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, দেখতে হবে ওটা কোনো শর্টকাট, হয়তো কোনো শর্টকাট হতে লাগিয়েছে, কিন্তু লজিক্যালি
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
রিমাইন্ডার ইজ অল, রিমাইন্ডার থাকা মানেই হচ্ছে সেই জিনিসটা ডিভিজিবল নয়, মানে ওটা ডিভিজিবল
হুম
হতে
হুম হুম।
আটকাচ্ছে। ঠিক আছে, তাই রিমাইন্ডার সবসময় মাইনাস করবো। ফাইন্ড দ্য গ্রেটেস্ট নাম্বার অফ 5 ডিজিট which is exactly, এখানে গ্রেটেস্ট বলে দিয়েছে, which is exactly divisible by 463. This is pretty simple, you can do it. This is easy, please do this. নাইন নাইন ফাইভ ফোর ফাইভ আছে, দেখো তো। হ্যাঁ 545 আছে।
ঠিক আছে স্যার।
হ্যাঁ এসে এসে তো 99545 99999 দেখছি আমি, যদি আনসারটা ভুল থাকে।
99545 is.
ওকে ওকে শিওর।
99545.
এক্স্যাক্টলি। ক্যালকুলেশনে ভুল করে ফেলেছি।
5 जा जाएगा।
56 ওকে।
5 हाँ।
দেখো 5454 আসছে রিমাইন্ডার, if you subtract you will get 99545.
স্যার প্রিভিয়াস সামটা লাস্টের দিকটা একটু আরেকবার বলবেন?
ওকে, আচ্ছা প্রিভিয়াস সামসে কি ছিল, ফাইন্ড দ্য লিস্ট নাম্বার অফ 5 digits which is exactly divisible by 632. ওকে, So least number. See, whenever least number is given, okay, there are some extra steps that we have to do. Least number of 5 digits. So what is the least number of 5 digits? 10,000. Right? So I
10,000.
need to find out the
Uh,
least number of
yes.
5 digits which is exactly divisible by 632. So when I divided 10,000 by 632, what is the remainder I got? I got the remainder as 520. Right? Now 520 is preventing this 10,000 to be divisible by 632. So what I need to do, I need to remove 520 because there is a waste product. Okay, so let me remove 520. Now when I remove 520, what do I get? What am I 9 9480. When I remove 520, I get 9480, which is of course divisible by 632. Why? Because now I have removed the waste product, which is the remainder. I have removed the remainder and now I have got 9480, okay, which is divisible by 632. But this is not 5 digit. How do I move to the next number? I have to add 632. When I add 632, you see I get a 5 digit number. And of course this is going to be the smallest 5 digit number because after 9480, this is the only number which is divisible by 632. There is nothing in between.
Okay, sir. Understood.
Sure. Okay, now
Yes,
we
sir.
will.
Yes. Thank you.
So now we will start one thing, test of divisibility. Okay, test of divisibility. So this most of them you already know, okay, because this also we studied in classic, but we will revise. Divisibility by 2. How do you understand that a number is divisible by 2?
Sir, if the last number is
If the last number, if
divisible
the
by,
unit digit, if the unit digit is multiple of 2, that means even number, then the number is divisible by 2. As simple as that. Divisibility by 3.
sir, if we add and add the numbers and it comes
Some of the digits should be
full of,
divisible by
Yes, right. So sum of the digits should be multiple of 3. Therefore divisibility by 3. Divisibility by 4.
sir, if it goes with
The last
by,
two digits. The last two digits should be divisible by 4. Okay. The last two digits should be divisible by 4. Then it is, then the number is divisible by 4. Divisibility by 5. The last number, the unit digit should be 0 or 5. Divisibility by 6. When the divisible by 2 and 3, right? Because why? Because 6 is the LCM of 2 and 3. If the number is divisible by 2 and if it is divisible by 3, then of course it is divisible by 6. Divisibility by 7. Okay, so divisibility by 7 I'll tell you. For example, let me take 448. See, it is actually easier than calculating, actually calculate the number by dividing it, okay, rather than learning this route. So divisibility by 7 is what? You take the unit digit, okay, double it, you get 60. Now remove this unit digit, you get 44. Subtract it from 660, what you get? 28. If this number is divisible by 7, if this number is divisible by 7, then that means this number is also divisible by 7. Okay, so you take the unit digit, double it, whatever you get, subtract it from 44, you get 28. Okay, divisibility by 8. If the last three digits is divisible by 8 of any number, if the last three digit is divisible by 8, then the number is divisible by 8. Okay, if the last three digits is divisible by 8, then the number is divisible by 8. Okay, divisibility by 8. If the last three digits is divisible by 8, then the number is divisible by 8. Divisibility by 9. Sum of the digits divisible by 9. Just like 3. Divisible by 9. Sum of the digits, if divisible by 9, then the whole number is divisible by 9. Okay, divisibility by 10 you already know. Last number is 0, unit digit is 0, so divisible by 10. Now divisibility by 11, this is important. Divisibility by 11. So in case of divisibility by 11, let me take a number. 38797. What to do? Number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now take the digits in the odd places. 3, 7, 5. Add them. Okay. Take the number in the even places. Okay. Subtract them. Okay. Subtract them. If this subtraction is divisible by 11, then this number is divisible by 11. Okay. So what we did? We picked up the numbers which are in the odd places, we added them. We picked up the numbers which are in the even places, we added them. We subtracted the numbers and we got a number which we have to see whether it is divisible by 11 or not. If yes, then this number is divisible by 11, otherwise not. Now we will start the rules. Before starting this, I want to explain you some uh, basic concepts, okay, which you can use. Of course, you can use, okay. It, it will help you visualize things. Okay. If it is given find out the least number. This is one of the questions. Find out the least 4-digit, 3-digit number. Okay. Find out the least 3-digit number which is divisible by say 3, 4, 5. What should be the approach? Find out the least, find out the least 3-digit number which is divisible by 3, 4 and 5. See, whenever you will have something like this that divisible by a certain set of numbers, we need to find out the leader of these numbers. So when there is a village, okay, and there is a problem among the people and they need to put up this problem in front of the panchayat sarpanch, okay, then who goes? Of course the entire village doesn't go, everybody doesn't speak, there is a spokesperson, right? One person represents the whole village and then describes the problem. So here also there is a number which will represent these numbers and that is the LCM. Why LCM? LCM is the least common multiple. That means LCM is the smallest number which is divisible by all these three. LCM is the smallest number which is divisible by all these three, right? So what is the LCM of 3, 4 and 5?
60.
60. 60. Now if I can find, so 60 will now represent 3, 4 and 5. Now everything that is divisible by 60 is divisible by 3, 4 and 5. So now what I have to do? Now I have to go back to the normal method. So what is the least 3-digit number? Not least, let me I mean make it easy. Maximum. What is the largest 3-digit number which is divisible by this? So largest 3-digit number is 999. Okay, now divided by 60, whatever remainder you get, you subtract it. So that number will be divisible by 60 and hence that number will be divisible by 3, 4 and 5. Okay, remember whenever you have something like this, that find out the maximum 3-digit number which is divisible by a set of numbers. Whenever set of numbers come, find out the LCM. You need to find out the leader of those numbers and leader is LCM. L for leader, L for LCM. হেডফোন কিনবো, হেডফোন কিনবো বলছি কিনে নিচ্ছি। এটা এখানে চার্জারে লাগালে না, এটা কানে নিলে এটা চিরিক চিরিক করে কারেন্ট মারে। আমার এটা আছে একটা, কিন্তু এটা না কানটা পুরো চেপে দেয় পুরো মানে কথা পারে না। Done, understood?
তো ফাইন্ড আউট লিস্ট 3 ডিজিট একটা ম্যাক্সিমাম বলেছেন।
ম্যাক্সিমাম করে দিচ্ছি, জাস্ট
আচ্ছা,
এলসিএমটা বোঝার জন্য করলাম। বাকি তো নর্মাল নিয়ম, যদি লিস্ট থাকে তাহলে তুমি ওই 100 ধরবে, রিমাইন্ডার যেটা আসবে
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
মাইনাস
হ্যাঁ,
করে
ওই মাইনাস করবো আবার প্লাস
হ্যাঁ
করে দেবো।
এটা বোঝানোর জন্য। ওকে, নাও রাইট ডাউন দিস রুল, very important. We're coming to rules slowly. I mean, you call it rule, you call it shortcut, or whatever. So the least number which when divided The least number
স্যার
between
আগের আনসার কি এসছে?
ওটার আনসার আমি ক্যালকুলেট করবো, ওটা জাস্ট আমি ওই কনসেপ্টটা বোঝানোর জন্য করবো, ওটা
স্যার
আমি
এই নাইন
কমন থেকে
সিক্সটি
দিলাম, ওটা তো
960
নিজে থেকে
এসছে।
দিলাম। So the least number which when divided by d1, d2, d3 leaves the remainders r1, r2, r3 respectively. Okay, such that uh, such that d1 minus r1 is equals to d2 minus r2 is equals to d3 minus r3 is what? It should be the LCM of it should be the LCM of d1, d2, d3 minus minus d1 minus r1 or d2 minus r2 or d3 minus r3. Okay, the least number which can divide it, so you need to see a sum which falls into this pattern. The least number which when divided by d1, d2, d3 leaves the remainders r1, r2, r3 respectively, such that d1 minus r1 equals to d2 minus r2 is equals to d3 minus r3 is LCM of d1, d2, d3 minus d1 r1 or d2 r2 or d3 r3. Alright, let us do a sum on this. Okay, there is another theorem. Once this is copied, let me know. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now next one, write down. A number on being divided a number on being divided by d1 and d2 successively, a number on being divided by d1 and d2 successively leaves the remainders r1, r2 respectively. If the number is divided by if the number is divided by d1 into d2, then the remainder is d1 into r2 plus r1. Let me just remember. Okay, A number on being divided by d1 and d2 successively leaves the remainders r1 and r2 respectively. So when the number is divided by d1, it gives the remainder r1, and when the number is divided by d2, it gives the remainder r2. If the number is divided by d1 and d2, that means if the number is divided by the product of the two numbers, then the remainder is d1 into r2 plus r1. Okay. Oh, copy it. Okay. Now we'll do a sum. Find the least number. Remember, whenever you are asked to find out least number, I am not talking about the divisibility thing. Find out the least number. Okay, in other type of sums like the one we will do, try to understand that there will be some LCM involved in it. That is why least number. Find the least number which when divided by 9, 10, বাবা কি এসে গেছে? বৃষ্টি এসে গেলে মুশকিল হবে, এটা পড়ানো হবে বিষয় বৃষ্টি এসে। Find the least number which when divided by 9, 10 and 9, 10, 15 leaves the remainders 4, 5 and 10 respectively. Okay, find the least number which when divided by দেখো least number which when divided by 9, 10, 15, that means that there is a list of numbers. Okay, leaves the remainders 4, 5 and 10 respectively. So what you need to do, if you follow the first rule, the least number which one divided by d1 d2 d2 leaves the remainder r1 r2 r3. Now you need to find out, check that whether this one minus this 9 minus 4 is equals to 10 minus 4 is equals to 15 minus 4, all of them equals to 5. So the difference between the numbers and the remainders is same. Okay, so that is going to be what was the answer? LCM of d1 d2 d3, that means LCM of 9, 10, 15 minus the difference. So what is the LCM of 19 and 15? You can do this. 15 is a 30, 15 is a 45, 15 is a 60, 75, 6 is a 90, 15 6 is a 90. Okay, so 90 is the LCM, minus 5, that is 85. Understood? Done?
সে এলসিএমটা বার করে কি করব?
এলসিএমটা বার করে দেখি মনে তো হচ্ছে না। এলসিএমটা বার করে 5 মাইনাস করে দাও, এই যে ডিফারেন্সটা পেয়েছি, এই ডিফারেন্সটা মাইনাস করে দাও। এই দেখো আগের রুলটা যেটা করলাম, তাও কিছু হ্যাঁ Understood, Niladri, Ishika? So this is just recognize the pattern and put it in place. Okay, we'll do one more.
সেটা আনসারটা কত এলো তাহলে?
85, 85, 85.
মাইনাসটা করছেন কার সাথে এটা বুঝতে পারছি না।
এই যে ডিফারেন্সটা বার করলাম না, দেখো 9 minus 4 আর 10 minus 5 আর 15 minus 10 all সেম ভ্যালুস দিচ্ছে, ঠিক আছে? 9 minus 4 is equals to 10 minus 5 is equals to 15 minus 10 is 5.
আচ্ছা 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 বুঝেছি।
Okay, so LCM of 9, 10 and 15 minus 5, there is 90 minus 5, there is 85. Okay, next sum. A number on being divided by 10, write down a number on being divided by 10 and 11 successively. A number on being divided by 10 and 11 successively. That means what, the number is first divided by 10 and then divided by 11. Leaves the remainders. A number on being divided by 10 and 11 successively leaves the remainders 5 and 7 respectively. Find the number when the same number, find the number when the same number is divided by 110.
So
Find the
Find the remainder when the same number is divided by 110. So if you see that the number is divided, so whatever my number is, it is first of all divided by 10 and then 11. Okay, and then it leaves remainder 5 and then 7. Now it is given that what will be the remainder if the number is divided by 10, product of 10 and 11. 110 is nothing but 10 into 11. Okay, so that means the number is divided by 10 and 11, that is 110. What is going to be the remainder? That is the question. Okay, so what was the formula for that d1? That is 10 into, what is the remainder? হ্যাঁ? না, না, দেখতেছি না। So এটা হচ্ছে আমি d1 নিচ্ছি, এটা d2 নিচ্ছি, ঠিক আছে? So d1 into r2 plus r1, 75. Okay, so this particular sum is based on the previous formula that we did. If a number is divided by d1 and d2 and leaves remainder r1 and r2, if the same number is divided by d1 into d2, then what will be the remainder? So the remainder will be d1, so d1 into r2 plus r1. So d1 into r2 plus r1. 10 into 7 plus 5, that is 75. Understood? Okay, understood?